How is it that this became your area of specialization?
I am an emeritus professor in economics at the University of Stellenbosch. I lectured for almost 50 years at the university.
And, you know, he unfortunately is not going to see his vision of South Africa, which is a fair and just society. And I want to quote something from your book, something which he said. You say that on 11 February 1990, the day of Nelson Mandela's release from prison, he made the following statement. The white monopoly of political power must be ended, and we need a fundamental restructuring of our political and economic systems to address the inequalities of apartheid and create a genuine democratic South Africa. That, of course, didn't take place in the last 20 years. And I want you to focus on one particular thing when you answer this for me today. In the book, you contextualize the statement around the fact that he said this, but soon after that, he was having regular meetings with Big Capital, Harry Oppenheimer in particular, and you talk about an elite compromise that was reached. I do want you to talk a little bit, for the benefit of our audience, about the early 90s and the secret meetings and the deals that were struck back then between the ANC and Capital in South Africa. Because I think that's really very instructive for understanding. It's very instructive for understanding where we are today, why things haven't changed.
The whole transition process was orchestrated by the mineral energy complex.
Okay.
And with Harry Oppenheimer and to a lesser extent Anton Rupert, they organized everything. Early in the 1990s, there was regular lunches between Mr. Mandela and Harry Oppenheimer. When I became aware of it, I remember I was furious. For what must they have lunches? But these lunches developed into regular meetings at Little Bronkhorst. It is the estate of Harry Oppenheimer. When too many people attend that secret meetings, the meetings were shifted to the Development Bank between Johannesburg and Pretoria. Normally at night, it was easy to park the cars at the back side of the building, and people on the N1 was not aware of that important meetings that was taking place there. And there, the ANC was convinced to forget about their ideas of socialism and large-scale government intervention, etc. You see, America was in the beginning of the 90s, in a mood of triumphalism. Their attitude was that the American model has won, and that everyone must adapt to the American model. So under the pressure of the South African business sector, with pressure from the Americans that had quite a vested interest in South Africa, the ANC was had to give in. You see, on the question, why have they accepted the new liberal model of the Americans? That is definitely not the correct model for South Africa. Is the bargaining power of the business sector and the Americans. But the Americans was also in a position to make use of threatening the ANC, that if you, in a rather diplomatic way, told the ANC, if you are not going to accept our proposals, we can destabilize South Africa. Now, and there is a third possibility that no one can prove, and I can only speculate it. The question is how many money went under the table.